Hello and welcome, fellow gaming fans and survivalists. This is Small Archangel. Welcome to the latest episode of ARK, and we are planning still on building our little stone base in the frozen biome over there, and having got our feathery friend here to give us a hand, I'm very much hoping that we're going to be able to cart all the stuff that we need over there, but we've got a lot of preparation to do before we can do that. First and foremost, I have got a couple of engrams we need to learn. Oh no, actually, I think we learned the engram for the Pelt Helmet at the end of the last episode. So let's just make one of those first. Fur helmet. So we've got to have a full set of this. Craft 3, don't be daft. I need to keep some pelt for repairing the stuff I've got. Okay, there we go. Fur cap, lovely. So that's that. Now we do have some engrams to learn. I've got 15 points to apply, and I've actually, as per usual, got more stuff that I want to learn than I've actually got points to apply. This is typical of a single player experience in this game, and there's really nothing we can do about that. Now, the thing that I really need to learn is some more stone pieces of base, and at the moment, we know how to make the sloped walls, the sloped roof, the normal ceiling, the foundation, and the walls in stone, but we don't have the ability to make a door frame, so I'm going to learn the engram for the door frame. And then I also need to learn the engram for a window frame. Now at the moment I don't have enough points for that, so that's going to have to wait. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to save up our points for that one, and in the meantime we're going to have to take some wooden window frames with us, and they're going to just have to do the job for the time being. Now we're going to make ourselves this door frame. Hopefully we've got enough wood here. I'm not entirely sure how many. Nope, we need some thatch. Silly me. Okay, how did I forget the thatch? There we go. So we're just going to make one of those, and then we'll put back the stone thatch and the rest of it. Actually, does the thatch go in here? Will it go in there? Some of it will go in there, but frankly I find these chests fill up all too quickly. Right, there we go. Right, now what we're going to do, we're going to head off back inside, because I need to get myself appropriately garbed for going over there, and that means we're going to need our fur get-up, all of it, and I am going to take off. I'm not going to put that fur stuff on yet because it'll be too hot and we'll end up too sort of overheated, so I'm going to carry those for the time being. It makes no odds whether you're carrying them or whether you're wearing them, really. So there we go. And then we've got some stuff to cart over as well, just random stuff. I've got 2 stacks of spark powder because we're going to need spark powder for our lights and for our campfire. I've got a campfire here, and we've got a couple of standing torches there that I want to take as well. And then we've got the pieces of our base. Now I've got, this is going to over encumber me probably, so actually what I should probably do, let's see, what's my weight? My weight's 200. Okay, well, let's just see if this over encumbers me, because if it over encumbers me, it might over encumber our feathered friend. How are we doing? We've got a weight of 169, so that's pretty cool actually. We've got our wood window frames there. Now I'm encumbered. Okay, because I don't have as much weight capacity, obviously. So there's the stone pieces, plus a door. Yeah, let's come back for that. So we're going to put these on Aussie, and Carmen's going to carry me. So that's the plan anyway. He's leveled a little bit, only a little bit since the last time. Let's just see. Can we put those in there plus the door frame? How's he doing? Weight 59 out of 350. Really? I'm not believing that. 59, really? That's wow. Okay, you can carry all my crap. This is great. You can have that too. And now that's still 71. Okay, so I'm going to be able to put absolutely everything on this dude. He's a true mule. Okay, so we've got our window frames. There we go. Now another engram I want to learn really is the windows themselves, like the little shutters that you can put in. because that would be really useful. A door, because that's going to help keep the cold out. A couple of storage boxes, only the small one. The large ones are all right, but you need a 2-story house to put them in. I'm not planning at the moment, at least, to make this 2-story, because it'll just be, it's just too much of a pain in the proverbial. So we're going to make this small to start with. I might extend it a bit eventually, but we've got our window walls, a wooden door, a couple of storage boxes, a bed of course, and a preserving bin, because we are going to need some food out there. I don't think we're going to be able to grow anything out there, which is why this is going to be a small base, because really it's not going to have we're not going to have the option to make it sort of sustainable in terms of growing our own food there. So we'll put that lot there we go. And I've got some freer curry on me as well. I've got a few dodo eggs, dilo eggs I nearly said. We have a few dilo eggs at this point, but not that many. Let's see how you're doing, Carmen. She's alright, and I think all my carnosaurs are okay for meat. We did lots of mammoth slaughtering. That should keep them good for a while. Now I'm currently racily attired, but that's because this part of the world is quite warm really, and if I put that lot on it'll just be too much, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put that on mid-flight. Now let me just think, do we have everything that we're going to need for the time being, and are we going to be able to cope if we don't have I think so. I think we're cool. Okay, so we're going to get him on enable following. Now the only thing that bothers me slightly is when we land at the other end, is he going to be even accessible, or is he just going to be, you know, doing something weird like hovering around like my pteranodon has the habit of doing. You're coming, Oz. Okay, he's coming now. He's slower than me actually, so I don't know if we're going to have to wait up for him or what, but he's a little bit on the slow side. So I mean, he looks pretty groovy. I don't know how long we're going to have to wait for a saddle to be able to ride him. What are we now? We're level 39. Level 39. I'm maybe going to be able to ride him at level 40. There's a couple more saddles coming up, but I can't really see whether they're going to fit him or not. So that's something to look forward to, because I have a feeling he's going to become my new favourite form of air transport. Once we can get him leveled up a little bit and put a few points into his speed, maybe. I reckon we're getting close to the point where we'll need to put on our cold weather gear, but you can see it's still absolutely predator central down here. We've got a few Argentavis fighting with a pack of raptors, and we've got cats and absolute load of scorpions over there as well. And we've still got a couple of alphas down there as well. So there was a lot more of Oz's kind around here, but they all seem to have been killed mysteriously. Can't imagine how. You're cold. Of course I am. Well, at least I'm cold. I'm not absolutely freezing, which is what I've been before. Now we do have some T-Rexes in this cold biome. It is quite a dangerous place. And that is why I've decided, really, that I wanted to build my... Thanks, Oz, get out of it. My base somewhere safe, like on the ledge that we're heading for. Now, you can see where I've got my little hut just down there, which was my first attempt. And believe it or not, that little spit there was perfectly safe when I first moved there. Now, not so much. We've got a T-Rex attacking a pair of mammoths, and we've got some Argentavis hanging around as well. And those guys don't like people. I've tamed one, but they're not too keen on people. So away from them's probably a good thing as well. But I'm thinking this ledge we're headed for, I'm not absolutely sure, and I want to check it out. But I don't think that air travel is going to be the only way of getting there. I think we are probably going to be able to... hoof it up there as well. At least I certainly hope so, because I want to be able to get from there to other bits of the frozen biome to sort of pick out, you know, get some materials and stuff. That is kind of the point of being of this base. It's a depot, really. It's a place where I can sort of stay while I'm gathering resources like oil and crystal. I don't know how we do for metal-bearing rocks around here, but there's certainly those big lumpy black rocks bear a lot of oil, which is great. And, oh, I do wish he wouldn't do that. Okay, that's probably the only problem with this arrangement, really. So we've got a couple of Argentavis hovering around this base as well, so that's not great. I've put all of the points that I could into Ozzy's health, so hopefully he won't get owned. I really wanted to try and tame a higher level Argentavis. It's no wonder he tamed faster than I expected, really, given he was level 4 at the time, which is quite base, and I don't really want to lose him at this point to another Argentavis. That would suck. So let's hope that's not gonna stop it, boy. I would like to be able to get Oz to stop, you know, flying around like a weird thing, but and I'm not sure if I can really do that. Certainly not until we've actually... Woo, there goes a tree. Certainly not until we've actually cleared a bit of space. Yes, of course I'm encumbered. There we go. Okay, now where the heck's Oz gone? This is quite mad. I didn't quite foresee this. Okay, don't you fly away from me. Oh, I need this stuff, Oz. Don't just, like, fly away. You can take that, you can take that, and you can... I think we're okay now. Finally! Okay. No, we don't need that. Alright, we'll keep him on following. I think it's safest that way. Okay, so I'm gonna get this in my hand here. We don't seem to need the freer curry, which is nice. And let's see... I was just about to say this would be an absolute epic fail, wouldn't it, if we couldn't even build on this ledge. That would be a little disappointing. Okay, now I think we can place this here. Voila. And then if we can put one right next to it. There we go. And then for the time being, I'm just planning on making this just 4 square. We'll... quite possibly... You're going to be in the way there, pal. Just a little bit. Come on. We'll probably extend it a little bit as we get the option. Let's see. We want to put in our door frame so we know where that's going. On the front here, I think. I want it on that side, really. Don't get in the way, Oz boy. And we'll have... I've got 4 stone walls, but we'll put our wood walls in first. I say this is a bit of a temporary measure, really. I want a window next to the door, and we'll have a window in this edge as well, on this side, but like there. Okay, and then we've got... Have we got enough walls there? I'm not sure if I counted them. We've got a stone wall there. We need a couple on the other side. Yeah, I might be down by like 1 wall, which would be annoying. This is what you get for not actually paying too much attention. I think it's because I thought, oh, I'll make some walls with windows in. No, you won't, because you can't learn them yet. Okay, we've got 1 more wall, which means, irritatingly, we are going to have 1 missing, but maybe we'll gather some materials and make that last wall. Won't take too much. There we go. Alright, now I've got... Do I have them, or does Oz have them? I do have the ceiling bits. So at least we can put a ceiling in this joint. 6. Right, now we want to make sure this goes in the right place. There we go. 6. I've got them assigned to there. Oz is kind of going to be clipping through my roof at this point if I'm not careful. You're cold. Yeah, I'm doing something about that if I possibly can. There we go. There we go. So we're not going to get a shelter buff out of this house yet, because at the moment it doesn't have a back wall. Now this is where I need Oz. So here, boy, disable following. No, we know what happens if we do that. So let's get our other stuff here. We'll get that wood as well, actually. If I can carry all this stuff without being encumbered, that is. Okay, so there's a Bronto over there. Damn it. I was hoping that the Bronto would not... now, is it just me, or is there a massive gap there? Okay, we might also need a ramp here because that's going to be a little bit awkward to get up there. It's very bright coming out of there. And I'm gonna place my bed as well. Can't place bed. No, I know you can't place it there. Duh. Okay, so we'll place the bed there because the door's over the other side, so that should be... There we are. Basically the warmest place. And I've got a fire as well. So we'll place that next. And I think I'm going to put that... I might put it in this corner. Yeah, that makes some sense to me. There we go. And then we probably want to place our chest in our preserving bin as well. Let's see. Where's my preserving bin going to go? Somewhere near the fire. Wow, this is quite a small place, but then this should not be a surprise to me. Yes, it's quite a small place. Okay, so I think to be a bit careful about placing the preserving bin there, actually. I think I might place my storage boxes first. Simply because, yeah, we can put one there next to the bed. Okay, yeah, we'll place the storage boxes first because it's going to be a little bit difficult to judge, actually, how much space we've got for the... Oops, for the preserving bin, otherwise there we go. Okay, sometimes I wish you could move things. It would be quite useful if you could shift things about, really. You're cold, yeah. There we go, one preserving bin. So there we go, it's a very small house with a massive hole in the back wall, but hey. I've got some torches which we'll place as well. I've got some spark powder to put in the preserving bin and also in the fire, but I won't put any in the preserving bin until I've actually got some food to put in the preserving bin because it'll just be burning for no reason. So I'm going to put some wood in this one, and I'm going to put some spark powders, stack of spark powder in there just as spares. And I'm just wondering if medical brews... Oh, they spoil. That's a shame. I shall remember that next time. And we're going to put spark powder in there, but not light it. There we go. So I think what we could do with... Whoa, blindness. What we could do with is some stone to... make ourselves a ramp up to the door there. We're going to need some supplies of stone anyway. And I honestly don't think that I can get out of here, off this ledge, without flying, or that anything else can get on here. So it's secure from that point of view, which is nice, because I don't think any birds or anything other than birds is going to be able to get to me here. But if... it's just making sure that I don't accidentally have one of my birds on follow and then they fly off. That would be an absolute fail. So I will just have to be very careful with that. Otherwise, I'll be having to dive off here in order to get off my little ledge. So that would be foolish. Okay, so is there anywhere even vaguely safe around here where we can gather resources? Well, I'm going to head up actually. To where that flipping Bronto is. We're going to see what the hunting's like above. Get off, Oz. I don't want to see your throat from the inside. There's rock here, and on top of this cliff, there's some more there. So we'll just see what the hunting's like round here, because we're going to need to check this out at some point. Here we go. Now, we've got some bushes and stuff here. Oz, get out of it. Oops, I think we need the hatchet for stone here. Now, I don't want to hit that too often because it's going to trash it. Now, what is this? Okay, it's just scenery. That's fine. I've not seen those before. Alright, I don't think there's anything very much around here. Basically, you're doing well. Wow, that's a big tree. You're doing well around here if you find anything much. We're all right for I think a flyer is the way to go in this biome, to be honest, because there seems to be so much this kind of rockiness with not a lot in between. And you look well out for your place, my friend. On the upside, maybe he can't do too much damage because he's stuck there. This is not the place for a Bronto, not really. Okay, so we'll go see if we can find some rock. That rock right there is oil-bearing rock, which is nice, actually. We probably want some of that right now. Let's just not go too close to that Carno over there. And I don't want you too near him either. He'd probably think you're a good snack, Oz. Now, do we need a pick for this? I'm pretty sure. Yo, we can get some oil for this. Yeah, we got 2 oil, 3 oil, 5 oil. Okay, so we're getting some oil there, which is nice. So those rocks are good for stone and for oil. And that oil is going to be useful for my preserving bin. Can't get on her. Right, there we go. Okay, let's do a little bit more of a tour of the biome. We've got huge rockiness over there. We've got some rocks down there, but they're oil bearing. But there really are quite a lot of dangerous predators around here, so you really have to be on your guard. There's a green drop over there. There's some trees. Okay, not ever so much in the way of stone, actually. So in a way, I probably haven't chosen the best thing to make my my base of around here. But then I don't think the frozen biome is going to be an easy one to live in, regardless of what you're sort of making your base out of. Okay, so what I think is that we go back to base now, because I don't know that we're really going to find any more. Oh, I'm just going to eat an egg. Nice, there we go. I'm going to put this free curry that I've got on me in my preserving bin. So that might make it worth my while putting some spark powder in there as well, and then the free curry is more or less where I want it. But as I say, probably not gonna be able to actually grow the ingredients for it. So not gonna be able to make it in situ. Hence, I haven't bothered with a campfire, really, a cooking fire. Oh, there's another rock here, actually. I don't think I predated on that one yet. We'll soon find out, because if I did, it will explode. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so, probably not the best place to look for rocks to build the next little bit. There's actually one here as well. I'll just grab that while I'm about it. Carefully, because if I fall off here, I'm in deep stuck. I have to make sure she doesn't get over encumbered as well. Carmen's not a good pony. Alright. Okay, here we go. We'll just land here. Looks like Oz is nearly leveled again. This is good, because he's still absolutely pathetic. To be honest, none of my... What are you doing, Oz? I don't even want to think about it. None of my dinosaurs are particularly high level at this point. Okay, craftables. Let's just see. I've gone the wrong menu completely. Craftables, we want to see if we can make... We can make a wooden ramp. Well, that takes thatch and fibre as well. If I can't make them now, I will make them next time around, when we sort of come over the next time. Because this is only it's a winter home, really. So I've got 32 out of 40, which is quite annoying. And we also need thatch, which I haven't got. So for the time being, let's just struggle our way in here. I'm going to stick some oil in there, just so that when we catch some meat, we can there we go. When we get some meat, we can actually stick it in there, and we can make ourselves some jerky. This is going to be a good biome for the jerky, I think. And then we're going to put the spark powder in there to make sure that that's powered. And then I have One of these, I think, is going to be for basic resources for maintenance and what have you, and the other one is going to be for resources for export. So that's nice. Whoa, Oz, can I even get on my door thanks to you now? Possibly not. Okay, so let's see. We've got, oh yeah, there was one other thing I was planning on doing, but I'm going to just have to shift Oz out of the way first. This is going to be a lot more convenient when I've got just one bird here. Right, so we're going to place, possibly a little carefully, because I don't want these to get in the way of the ramp, actually. We're going to place a couple of torches. So we've got one there, and I'm going to place the other one on the other side here. There we go. And then those really are going to need some spark powder in them as well. Oh, I can't get in. Alright, now, I put a load in the fire, didn't I? Well, the fridge is running all the time, so that's going to need a ton of that. Now, can we just take half of that and then put that in the torches? There we go. And the other half in this one. There we are. Lovely. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave... What colour is that drop? Is that just a white one? I'm not absolutely sure. We might investigate that on the way back. I think I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. This does not need to be a large house. I can virtually walk onto the roof of it. But future plans will definitely include fixing the roof, like fixing the back so we don't have a gap in there. I might put a slanted roof on as well. I want to put in some window shutters. I might put another window this side, but then again I might extend it out a bit and have another. So I might, if I can make some more bits and bring them across, now I know Oz can do that, I might put another bit on this side here, and then it's a bigger thing, but we'll have stone windows as well, and I might learn the engram for a reinforced wood door, and we'll have a slightly more refined looking wood door on there as well. So it's going to be a home away from home. It's not going to be as big as the other place, but but it's going to be a good little supply base away from all the aggro that I can still see going on around me. A hunting lodge, basically. It's going to be where we're going to come to hunt, and Oz can help me with that as well, and we can come to hunt mammoth and any of the other furry ones. Look at that T-Rex stuck in the middle of the ice floes. I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter whether they were cold-blooded or warm-blooded, he'd be dead now. Okay, I'm fairly sure this drop actually is something fairly unimpressive. Like, it looks like a white one, but I'm not entirely sure why at this point we'd still have Argentavis. Let's forget that. We're not going to go fighting with Argentavis at this point. Let's just make sure Oz isn't aggroing them either. Good. Looks like that T-Rex. There's a pair of T-Rexes down there, and that's where I thought was a good place to build my interim base. Really. Just shows you how a neighbourhood can change, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to make my way back to base now. See, there's a nice Argentavis over there as well, but hey, Oz was the only one I could find at the time. And it's already dark, so I guess that is probably a good time to call it. This has been a successful day. We have more or less built our base. Okay, so it's got a few holes in it, but how far are we from leveling now? Well, that's helped me get a bit closer to leveling. My furry suit of armour seems to do the job really, really well. Now we've got the hat to match. I'm probably going to have to take it all off in a moment. We're freezing, apparently, but when we cross that biome border, I dare say we'll be too warm. But I won't take it off until I absolutely have to. But yeah, we've now got a nice little nighttime stopover place and a place to gather up our resources for hunting expeditions and for getting sort of oil and what have you together and things. And also for just exploring the snowy biome. Just making sure Oz is still behind me because I know he's slower than my terror. I'm going to be investing, when I've got his health up a bit, I'm going to be investing some points in his speed, I think. Otherwise, the slowness of the travel might sort of wind me up a little bit. But also melee damage, because having aerial hunters works quite well, as as I've found, because they don't take so much damage because they can't be tossed by by the ones that charge like trikes. They can't be headbutted by them or the mammoths, so it's quite good. Anyway, so we're going to call that an episode. And I do hope you'll enjoy me. You will join me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me for the next one. In the next one, we're probably going to be going back into the frozen biome, but this time maybe we'll be finishing off our base there. I think that's probably what we'll be doing, and then exploring the frozen wastes a little bit from there, because I think that's where we have to go from here. Really, might need to build a smithy out there as well. Just thinking about it, simply because we're going to need to repair our furry armour while we're there, and the smithies, I think the only way of doing that, I think we can only make it and repair it via a smithy, so we might need to make another one of those as well. But until then, guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you like this episode, because it really helps if we get that kind of feedback. But also, feel free to leave a comment if you've got any hot tips for me, any stuff I haven't noticed or worked out for myself yet. There's got to be a ton. Quite honestly, there's got to be a ton. I'm still a noob at this game. I still feel like a total noob. But thanks very much for watching, and until the next time, guys, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye bye for now.